It is week number 3 of the high school football season, and tonight the Aviators made the long trek up north here to Chardon to take on your Hilltoppers. How you doing, everyone? Matt Jaworski, Jamie Ward with you. Jamie, both teams enter this one with a 1-1 record, and for the Hilltoppers, you don't want to call it a must-win game here in week number 3, but the problem is a loss tonight, and all of a sudden now you're starting to think about the way that they started last year, going 1-3.
Yeah, and this is a new opponent for Chardon here, playing at home in the Alliance Aviators, Matt. And this is a team that doesn't have as many players as the Hilltoppers, doesn't have the same history, but they've got some weapons that we're going to talk about tonight, including their starting quarterback. So with 8 games left in this season, 5 of them being at home for Chardon, they know that they have to take every game very, very seriously.
Well, they absolutely do, and you throw on top of that tonight a big night here at Chardon Memorial, honoring the 1994 state championship team at halftime. So you have to figure, too, maybe a little bit more pressure because some of the legends are coming back to Chardon tonight.
25th anniversary of the team that when you drive into town, Matt, it's still on the sign. So it's a very special night for Chardon football.
Well, with that, we're going to take a timeout as we begin our pregame festivities. When Jamie and I come back, we'll have the kickoff for you here on GTV.
Gentlemen, under the direction of Mark Baer and Michelle Watson, and tonight we're joined by the 8th grade band under the direction of Miss Tracy Parabeck, Topper Ed and Major Ed advisors Debbie Staple and Caitlin Sanders. We proudly present the 2019 edition of the Chardon Hilltopper Marching Band. Led onto the field tonight by Drum Major Anna Gertzner and Head Majorette Grace Large, and Topper co-captains Hallie Parrish and Louisa Petrowski. We would also like to thank Heidi Baer and Rhonda Dwyer for their countless hours of volunteering as uniform parents, along with the many other parent volunteers making sure our marching Hilltoppers look their best, as well as the great parents who volunteer for snack parents and chaperone duties. You are greatly appreciated. Thank you to all others who have helped us bring to you the best band in Northeast Ohio.
All right.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise, remove your caps to honor America with the playing of our national anthem, and please remain standing for the playing of the Chardon High School alma mater. Put your hands together, Topper Nation, as the band performs the Hey Song.
I think they should be okay. They might have to move. The back row might need to move up just a little bit. Okay, stand, take like 2 giant steps forward. Stay on the field. Stay around the edge. You guys sound great. You're fine. Are they okay or do they need to sit back? No, they're good. Okay. Okay, watch your guys. Yeah, watch out.
Welcome back, everyone. Jamie Ward, Matt Jaworski with you. Jamie, a pivotal Week 3 matchup for the Toppers, as this Alliance team, they're a very athletic team. They may be short in terms of roster size, but according to the coaching staff, do not overlook them.
Yeah, this is a team who's made the playoffs the last 2 years, Matt. So 4th season under Seth Whiting. They feel like they should have been 2-0 last week against Niles McKinley. A lot of confidence. Roster numbers are down, but the players who will be on the field are going to be athletic-type players. And for Alliance, they need to try to not get worn down. As, again, the weather tonight, Matt, very humid. It's going to be hot, and we will see if that is a factor at all.
Now, Toppers just moments away now from coming out of the tunnel on the 25th anniversary night of the 94 championship team. And Jamie, maybe that 94 team being here, you're going to bring them some luck. Nathaniel Salka. Go ahead, Jamie.
He was bringing out the pickaxe, just a sophomore. It's an awfully big honor and a program for like the Hilltoppers to have a sophomore come out on the field and carry it. And we will talk about him a lot tonight, Matt. And this is I feel like this coaching staff feels pretty good about tonight, and they feel pretty calm, and it's almost as if week 3 you're settling into the season.
Well, you absolutely are. You've had a couple weeks to get some games under your foot, and for Chardon, the return of Max Villaclia last week, and this week he had more reps to add on to that. He's only going to improve as the season goes on from this point in time, Jamie. He missed all of camp, gotten a little bit of practice before retweaking the hamstring, and he is set to go. I mean, he did a heck of a job last year guiding them to the playoffs when Andrew Kobacheski went down with mono and then the knee injury. So an experienced signal caller who's, as soon as he gets his feet under him, gets the timing down, only makes this offense more dangerous.
Yeah, and we will see this offense first. The Lions won the toss, Matt. They deferred to the second half. So they want that Hilltopper offense out in the field. Interesting, because we talked to the coach before the game, Coach Whiting, and he said, we really don't see a team like this throughout the season, not a team as disciplined with the wing T offense. So they're going to put that offense out there first. And if you're the Hilltoppers, it's time to make a statement.
It absolutely is. The conference grind starts next week at home, homecoming against Riverside. And that's a Riverside team that, for all intent and purpose, could be coming in here 0-3 with a couple of bad losses in their mouth. And you got to feel that, especially in terms of playoff points, Jamie. There's a lot at stake for the Hilltoppers tonight playing against a Division II Alliance squad.
Yeah, and for this team as well. Well, next week is homecoming, so that you'll want to be with us for that live audio here on GTV, and I'm sure we'll be filming some of those homecoming festivities as the Aviators out on the field, Matt.
Yeah, they're getting there. The Aviators wearing their white uniforms, red numbers.
A little late coming out, really.
Yeah.
I mean, the officials are set and ready to go.
Yeah, both teams still a little bit in their huddles, but well, if you're the Hilltoppers, how often is it that your opponent says, start on offense?
Yeah, interesting.
Most teams want to come out and attack the Topper defense, but Alliance, a different line of thought. We'll see how that turns out. Of course, this is a Hilltopper team where you look back last week against Perry, Jamie, and they struggled. That's really the only way that you can talk about that. Down 24-7 heading into halftime. They gave up a touchdown midway through the third to make it 31-7, and then they ripped off 3 touchdowns to close the gap to 31-23. That was the final score there. And boy, if they had recovered the onside kick with 39 seconds left to go, they might have had a chance to tie that game and send it into overtime. And I'll tell you what, myself, Coach Hugh, and I talked with him after the game, we both thought Chardon had recovered the ball. Unfortunately, the officials, they felt differently. Nick Deek set to kick it off for Alliance. And Jamie, this young man has quite a leg.
Yeah, we talked about him before the game. First year playing football. He's a standout soccer player, and they're really trying to get him looked at by colleges. With the wind at his back, they say he might be able to put a 60-yard field goal through the uprights.
That kick well short, bounces on the ground. Ziegenfuss takes it, and he's got some running room across the 35 to the 40, and Hilltoppers will start around the 43-yard line. Great starting field position.
Yeah, and we're going to see WeWereAthletes out on the field. Jaws, you've got Jared Hall at center for the Hilltoppers, Josh Kearns, the right guard, Jesse De Cepeda is the right tackle, and at left tackle, TJ Finger, and the left guard, Nick Fay, who's a junior, one of the captains, leaders on this team. This is an offensive line that they really believe that this is one of the deepest lines that they've had under Mitch Hewitt.
No, it's about being big and physical, and that's what they are. WeWereAthletes from the gun will fake the handoff. Going to take it right side. A little bit of running room up near midfield. The short pickup on first down. Max, of course, the senior, 5'11", 165, will be joined in the backfield tonight by a number of horses, including the sophomore Sean Carr, Vince Ferrante, who's going to play some fullback. We'll see Cade McDivitt, a junior, James Pettyjohn, the junior, and Evan Ashe, a junior as well. Split ends will include Joey Trevisano and Lucas Semler. And don't forget the tight ends, Thomas Fowley and Nathaniel Salka. Max now under center. Will hand the ball off. It's on the ground.
Dangerous play, but the Hilltoppers recover, Matt.
Now, Toppers caught a break, able to jump back on the football. Let's talk about this Alliance defense, Jamie. The front three for them, Andrew Datz, Jeremiah Thompson, Nick Oldfield. The linebackers, Jared Watson, John Howard, Jeff Talbert, and we'll see some of Jaden Seals as well in there. Get you the secondary after this. 3rd and 1 from the 48-yard line, and there might have been some movement. The question is, who jumped?
Flag down. Coach Hewitt thinks it is against Alliance, and it is, Matt, encroachment. And that's a costly penalty as the Hilltoppers get the first down.
Indeed it is. The secondary core for the Aviators will include Braden Hartsoe, Dylan Berga, Michael Sines, and Grant McGeehan. Jamie, wind picking up here. There's a front that's expected to come in late tonight. Should not affect this game at all, although it might bring some strong wind prior to actually hitting.
We'll have to see. It just has continued to move back, which is good news. Some schools moved the kickoff up today.
A lot of men are with the big one, notably. Hilltoppers gonna run it, and they'll get some running room across the 40 down near the 36-yard line. That was Ferrante, the carrier. Chardon right now methodical in moving the football, Jamie.
Yeah. Run first mentality, no doubt about it. WeWereAthletes last week, Matt, 115 yards on the ground. And that was his first start of the season. We talked to Coach Novacek, Don Novacek, and he thought Max looked a little quicker this week in practice.
Well, with those reps, you expect him to look quicker. And this time, Max going to be dropped in the backfield for loss of a couple yards. Howard in there to make that stop.
Missed blocks by the Hilltoppers there.
Something that Coach Hewitt talked about after the game last week was guys have to start recognizing their assignments and actually making them. We felt that, against Perry, they were able to recognize but just couldn't execute. And they were hopeful a week of practice would have solved some of that. Not on that last play right there. 3rd and 7 from the 39. Man going in motion. They'll throw it left side. It's caught for a first down across the 30 and spun out of bounds near the 20-yard line. That's Brady Toth, the junior split end, who made that catch.
Man-to-man coverage out there, and Toth just with a hook. Good throw, great catch using the hands.
Well, entering this game, the Hilltopper QBs have thrown a lot this year, considering what they normally do. Coming into this one, 11 of 24 for 45%, 1 touchdown, 3 picks, have thrown for 216 yards. Topper's going to run the ball right side. A little bit of running room for Pettyjohn up near the 15-yard line. Nice gain on first down.
Do you see Evan Ash there, number 32, with a pancake block as the lead blocker? He pointed to the sidelines. Evan's dad, Eric, of course, a member of that 1994 team.
The second down for the Toppers and short. Ball placed at the 15. Toppers working their way left to right across your TV screen.
Ooh.
And there's some moving up front.
Well, there was the regular man in motion, and then 2 guys jumped for the Hilltoppers. And on 2nd and 4, that's a tough penalty.
No, tough penalty will move it back now to 2nd down and 9 for Chardon from their own 20-yard line. Have to get just past the 12. Keaton Ziegenfuss now the split end over on the far left. Clea from the gun. Fakes the handoff. Looking to go right side. Stopped, though. Not much running room. Jeff Talbert, we're going to be talking about that name a lot on the offensive side, in to make that stop.
Hilltoppers heading toward that north end zone, Matt, where the Chardon Crazies tonight with the red, white, and blue motif.
USA.
Flags
USA.
flying.
Good night to show your patriotism.
It's actually Alliance's colors, which is interesting, but they probably didn't know that. First time these teams have ever played.
Max on keep himself again, going up the middle, fighting for yardage, and he's got the first down across the 10, inside the 9, down to about the 8.
These Alliance Aviators, Matt, they're in all white, head to toe, with the red numbers and the blue trim. Reminds me, remember the old school Patriots?
Yep. Very similar.
Crazies in the north end zone.
Back in the day where they were losing all their games instead of winning most of them.
I missed that team. First down and 9, Toppers. Will hand the ball off left side across the 10, gaining a few yards was Evan Ash, down to maybe the 6-yard line. And Jamie, nice little run, but he just could not turn the corner.
This is the type of drive that the Hilltoppers thrive on, as Brandon Lazinski checks in onto the offensive line, Matt. But controlling the clock and keeping this Alliance team, this is not a very deep team, keeping them on the field defensively.
Now clock continues to run, 6:35 and counting here in the first quarter. Second down and goal from the 6 Toppers. Trying to, I think that's Ash who has the ball left side. It is, spinning around inside the 5, down to the 4, maybe to the 3. Boy, second and third effort there. The young man just kept his legs churning.
Beautiful play by the Hilltoppers where you've got that X, that scissor right in the middle. Clea fakes the give and then almost like a counter.
It'll be 3rd and goal. Toppers. What are they going to say? Still waiting. No call from the officials. And there it is. Touchdown, Toppers. Might have been Max V with the run. I think it was.
Six-minute and 7-second drive that started on a good field position.
Ziegenfuss out to attempt the PAT. It is up in the air, and no doubt about that one, it is good. So with 5:53 to play here in the first quarter, the Toppers strike first as they lead 7-0.
Well, it's a good time, Matt, to thank our funding communities, because without their support, we could not bring you GTV each and every year for the last 24 years. And so a special thanks goes out to the city of Chardon, Chardon Township, Munson Township, Burton Village, and Middlefield Village. Thanks again for supporting GTV. And thank you for letting us bring you not just these football games, but volleyball, soccer, tennis, and all of the other community events.
Yeah, been an honor to be part of your community, your family, if you will, bringing you all these games throughout the years. Of course, technically, you actually are part of the community. You live here.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Ziegenfuss set to kick off for the Hilltoppers.
Well, Ziegenfuss ready to kick off. Seals, one of the deep return men, joined back there by Davian Baker. Ziegenfuss approaches the tee, and a beautiful kick, and there's no chance that one's going to be returned.
Talked about Keaton in week one, and he went to a kicking camp in the off season and finished 4th amongst kickers in the whole region. And this is where kickers just go to show off. Keaton, long line of Ziegenfuss's, Matt, that we have had such a pleasure to watch. We talked about it. Started with Ethan. Then it went to Mason. These are kickers and punters, but they're also great athletes on the field.
They absolutely are. It'll be 1st down and 10 for Alliance as they work their way right to left across your TV screen. Snap is bobbled. QB going to flush out right side, brought down behind the line of scrimmage. I believe that was Miles Mendenzun that got to him.
And that was Brandon Alexander, the quarterback, who will carry the ball quite a bit tonight. An athletic young man, just a junior, but 6'3", 205. That's college football type size right there. And they're going to have to call number 3 quite a bit if they want to win tonight.
Now he'll be joined in the backfield by John Howard, Jeff Talbert, and Jakia Martin. QB going to keep himself again stopped in the backfield, nowhere to go. Nathaniel Salka that time for the stop, and boy, Brandon Alexander, he has no running room right now.
You talk about Salka, who is back there with Brady Toth, Kevin Doyle, Keaton Ziegenfuss. We're going to see some Drew Fetchick tonight in the secondary for the first time. He's healthy, which is good. Joey Trevisano is going to be playing back there. Our week 1 quarterback, no doubt, but now he is one of the leaders of the defense.
3rd and 10 from the 20. Alexander dropping back to pass, flushing out right side, has a man caught near the 23-yard line. That time the reception went to Jeff Talbot, but Talbot, not much to do. Official's going to say stepped out of bounds at the 25, so pick up a 5. But Alliance will be forced to punt the football.
Great job. We're seeing some good speed on the defensive line. Alexander has been being chased down, and that's a good sign early on. Matt, Joey Trevisano, the punt returner for the Hilltoppers. And what a two-way type player Joey is.
Corey Prendergast set to punt the football. Triv standing around the 39 and stop that play.
Uh-oh. That's on Chardon. That is a mental mistake.
Flag on the play.
Hilltoppers, though, pointing toward Alliance.
Okay. Well, they're not.
Officials pointing the other way, though.
Yep. Gosh, and now what's going to happen is the offense going to come out.
First down.
It's a first down, Matt. Wow.
5-yard penalty.
That's
huge.
A mistake.
So Alliance will have the ball now, 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line. Jamie, Hilltoppers did a great job last week of limiting the penalties. Problem is, the penalties were a problem in the offseason and in week 1. Will they return this week? We will find out. Brandon Alexander from the gun. Man in motion, Talbot, no, going to keep it himself, trying to cut it up, and he does not get past the line of scrimmage. Boy, some of the big boys got in there. Jared Hall, one of them. I think I saw Joe Nieders get off the bottom of that pile.
Brian Landis, the defensive, excuse me.
Well, you look at this defense, and the Hilltoppers now bringing out some guys, and we're going to be seeing this a lot tonight. It is very humid here. They're switching guys in and out, giving them breathers, giving them water. Alexander, the throw, caught left side behind the line of scrimmage, and being wrapped up was Jaden Seals for a loss on that play, and that's a big loss for the Aviators as they went backwards. Officials going to spot the ball on the 25-yard line, bring up 3rd down and 15. So the Hilltopper defense pushing Alliance back to where they had him last from the 26. They're looking to throw down the field, ball up in the air, juggled, no, incomplete. Again was looking for Seals. Seals had his man beat a couple steps, but just could not hang on to it. Looks like that ball might have been thrown out of bounds as well.
4th down for Alliance.
Got to give coverage on the credit to Drew Fetchick. Nice to see Drew back. Jamie 4th and 14, so Trevisano will get a chance to return this one as he now stands at his 36-yard line. Corey Prendergast standing at his 12. It's blocked. The ball will bounce around the line of scrimmage where it's touched, and the Hilltoppers special teams comes through big time.
Well, they made a big mistake on the offsides encroachment, but they come back with the block, and they'll take over right at the line of scrimmage. Again, great field position.
Now mark that one down in your notes, folks, because that could lead to a quick 7 points here. So from their own 26, from the Alliance 26. Pettyjohn giving the ball, coming to the right side, has some running room, 25-20, there's a flag on his feet into the end zone, but don't start celebrating, folks. Going against the Hilltoppers.
Matt James Pettyjohn, a junior, fastest player on the team. In fact, I've got his 40 time right here. 4.6. And good run, but another penalty actually erases a touchdown. So that's one of the things Mitch Hewitt in his 9th season leading this program, and he is someone who understands the game from a big perspective. He's got great assistant coaches. He lets them do what they do. And so he wants his guys to avoid penalties because he's a motivator. Not doing that right now.
Will be 1st and 15 for Chardon on the Alliance 31-yard line. Ash going in motion. Max going to take it across the 25. Tried to make a cut near the 22, but was tripped up and brought down. Looked like the man making that tackle was Davian Baker.
A little bit of explosiveness there through the line for Max. Can't forget, Matt, that week 1 win here against West Geauga. Such an impressive performance, but I asked Max after the game, will you be ready for next week? And you could see how eager the senior was to be back on the field.
Toppers with the 2nd and 6 from their own 22. Man going in motion is Pettyjohn. They fake it. Max cutting right side, picks up the 1st down across the 16 down to the 15-yard line. Some hard-earned yardage is right there.
That was a beautiful video game spin there by Max. You don't see a lot of guys spin anymore, but he hit it, got him a couple of extra yards.
Toppers 1st and 10 now from the Alliance 15. Clock at 50 seconds and counting. Handoff. Pettyjohn down the 10 to the 5. And the Hilltoppers should have a 1st and goal situation.
It's nice to see there, Matt. Pettyjohn, who's 5'9", 155. So he's fast, not so big, but he lowered his shoulder and really delivered the hit at the end there.
Ball going to be actually marked back on the 6-yard line, just shy. They have to go on the other side of the 6.
It's almost a good thing, really.
Yeah. So it'll be 2nd and 1 now from the 6. Look at this, Nathaniel Salka in for the Wildcat formation. Ash will go in motion. Salka fakes the handoff straight ahead, and Salka jumps into the end zone. Touchdown, Toppers, but hold on. Another flag comes out, and this one is again going to wipe off 7 points.
Referee threw that flag. You don't see that an awful lot. Not a holding call, but he certainly had no doubt about it. And that is the 3rd very costly penalty against Chardon here in this first quarter.
Well, coming into this game, Salka 1 carry for 3 yards, but it was a touchdown last week against Perry in that Wildcat type formation for the Hilltoppers. I mean, it is a traditional wing T look, but it's just a different player in there than you would expect. 2nd down and 8. Ash gets the carry. Looking to the left side. Nice move. Up on his feet across the 5-yard line, and that should be enough for the 1st down. Clock will expire. Time has run out here in the 1st. Hilltoppers up 7-0, Jamie, but they are on the move. Returning to action here. It's 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. WeWereAthletes will go under center. He will hand the ball off. Left side, Pettyjohn into the end zone. Touchdown, Toppers. His first TD of the year.
Well, that touchdown that was erased ends up now counting for the young man who looks very explosive with the football.
Well, the 5-yard touchdown run makes it 13-0, and Ziegenfuss out to add another point on this try. Kick is down, and no doubt about that one, as it slices through the uprights, it is good.
Now the big smile on Frank Hall's face, Matt, the offensive coordinator for the Hilltoppers. 2nd season calling the plays after he had been calling the plays, of course, left Chardon, took the head coaching job at Lakeside, but as Mitch said in the preseason, he said, I don't lose assistant coaches, and if I do, they come back. And it's good to see Frank Hall back in the red and black.
Well, it's good to see the Hilltoppers, Jamie, on top in this one now, 14-0. This point last week, they were trailing 17-7 to that Perry team. So Chardon, and Jamie, the other thing about this, Hilltoppers have the lead now. Take some of the pressure off. Not that the defense had any pressure on them. They just took care of Alliance very nicely on Alliance's first possession. If it wasn't for that special teams penalty, it would have been a 3-and-out.
Well, the Aviators, they've got a 90-minute bus ride. They know what they're coming into here in Chardon. They know it's an uphill battle against a perennial playoff team. And like we saw against West G in week 1, when you get a lead at home like this, sometimes it can spiral away. Alliance will be in jeopardy unless they answer soon.
Ziegenfuss getting ready to kick this off. There he goes. And that ball just shy of the goal line. Taking it out across the 10, working his way.
Great tackle.
Left side. I don't think he even got to the 12. That was Seals on the return. So Jaden Seals, not much going there. And Jamie, I got to think that he may wish that he had let that go into the end zone.
I can't blame him for wanting to make a play. But right now, Matt, we've talked about Alexander, we've talked about Talbert, and we've talked about Seals. And that's going to be kind of the story tonight for the Aviators. They've got some talented guys. As Mitch said, they've got some dudes, but they don't have a lot of them. And so right now, the Hilltoppers are keying in on the right guys.
Well, senior class of 8, when you discount the kicker, it's 7. Handoff, Talbert, straight up ahead, nothing going there. He might have fumbled the football. Toppers indicating they have it. We'll see what the officials say. They say they do have it!
First turnover of the night. Difference, of course, the Hilltoppers fumbled on their first possession. They got it back. Alliance coughs it up. And think about now the field position for Chardon on these first 3 drives, man. I mean, you don't want to make it any easier than it has to be.
Now, a blocked punt on their first possession, and now the fumble inside their 15-yard line. Official's going to stop that play before it happens. And now they'll get it going. I was hoping we'd have a chance to talk about Brandon Alexander a little bit more, but not able to do it. Hilltoppers, they're going to run the football, and they're going to get inside the 10. It was Evan Ash. He's down to about the 6-yard line.
Evan Ash was somebody who was originally on the depth chart as a linebacker, but has moved into a more offensive role at this point. Athletic young man, to be sure. This is a great junior class, Matt. It's a good senior class, but the junior class is really talented.
WeWereAthletes under center. And he's going to hand the ball off. Toppers getting near the goal, well, getting closer, I should say, to the goal line. A couple of yards on that play, going to bring up.
It is a first down, so now first and goal. Coming back into the game. Second time we've seen Brandon Lozinski, the junior offensive lineman, 6'1", 240. He's sort of a goal line package guy. Might be an extra tight end.
And a flag, I believe it's going to be a procedure penalty against the Hilltoppers.
Hilltoppers with a different kind of uniform tonight. The black uniform with the white pants and the red lettering, not something we've seen much in the last few years. I like it. It looks more old school, though.
Hey, it's the 25th anniversary of the 94 team. It's going to be old school.
It looks like a 94 uniform. I wonder if there's anything to do with it. We'll find out.
First and goal from the 8. Max from the gun. WeWereAthletes going to fake the handoff, kept it himself.
Boy, tripped up there at the line by Braden Hartsoe. That's literally a shoestring tackle.
Yeah. Second and goal now for Chardon and Jamie. You get the ball on the Alliance 14. You'd love to see them punch it in here and make this 21-0. WeWereAthletes again from the gun, going to hand it off. Pettyjohn going left side, has a block toward the end zone. Touchdown, Toppers. He had none coming in just a span of minutes. The young man has 2. 8-yard run by Pettyjohn.
Second touchdown for him.
Ziegenfuss will now attempt the PAT. Snap was a little bit high. He got that one down, but it is good. Straddled the upright, but he got it to go through. So with 9:15 to play, it's Chardon 21 and Alliance nothing.
Well, Matt, we are starting our 24th season, if you can believe it, here on GTV. And if you were wondering, and I know you were, our first sports contest, actually, I'm going to ask you to guess. 1996.
See, I know the answer to this because I've read this enough on the air.
All right, well, then never mind.
Yeah, I'm not the one to ask.
Berkshire Cardinal Volleyball, one of our great, great rivalries. And speaking of which, next week, week 4, Berkshire and Cardinal are going to meet in the middle of the season, which is really interesting. I love the schedule change. And, Matt, you're going to be doing that game, I believe, with Jim Kellogg, a battle for the Kinsman Cup. And it's going to be a good one.
It is. It's just, I'm a fan of those rivalry games being the last game of the week.
Yeah, but fine. But now it's been switched up. And actually, I've talked to both schools, and they kind of prefer it. One thing about the Week 10 game is that the weather tends to be pretty dicey in the end of October. They're going to get a chance to play in some pretty nice conditions, and they haven't been able to do that for a long time.
Well, we'll see what the weather forecast will bring next week.
I just jinxed you, of course.
You did. This week, though, at least so far into this one, it's been good. That kick, Seal's going to take it near his 10. Makes a move left side, spinning around near the 20, and the Toppers not letting go very far.
And, we talk about this, Matt, with Seals again. There's only been 3 guys who have touched the ball for Alliance today on offense. Alexander, Talbert, and Seals. They're down 21-0. They're playing both ways, and they're getting hit in the mouth many times when they're touching the ball. So it's going to be an uphill. It's going to be an uphill battle for Alliance, and they're going to have to really, really dig down.
Well, you look, Jamie, on the stats, and there's some similarities from what you see right now, early season to Alliance, with what you would normally see from the Hilltoppers, and that's the QB leads the team in rushing. And Alexander entering tonight at 228 yards on the ground, so that's at 114 per game. He's going to hand the ball off that time. Spinning around is Jeff Talbot, going nowhere.
We mentioned that Seth Whiting is in his 4th season leading the Aviators. He also calls the plays. He's got a wonderful white beard. Just to give you a visual of the Alliance coach. That was a loss on that play. His official is now talking to Whiting. Wears a backward cap, khaki shorts.
Second and 11 from the 20. 3 receivers left side. Alexander looking to throw. No, he's going to try to run, spinning around, but he gets few yards. A couple of Hilltoppers in on that stop, including Cade McDivitt.
Lots of swarming by this defense right now.
And Jamie, it's what you like to see from the Hilltoppers. Multiple guys getting the ball, team tackling.
Joe Needhurst on that defensive line, Matt, he's a 3-year letter winner.
It's now 3rd and 9 from the 22. And Brandon Alexander from the gun, dropping back to pass, stepping up, a little bit of room, but nowhere to go as more Hilltoppers are around him, making the stop that time. I believe was Zach Morrison.
And he really wasn't quite tackled there. He kind of went down on his own after a couple of yards. And I don't want to just continue to say this, but in these types of conditions, Alliance without the depth playing against Chardon, it's going to be a tough night for them.
Actually, I take that back. That was Mendelsohn that made that stop, or he's going to get credited with that stop. So it's 4th and 7 from their own 24. Prendergast, I don't know if someone got their hands on it or if that was just a bad kick, but it's going to go out of bounds inside the 40-yard line, and the officials are going to say 36-yard line.
Tough to say. Even if it wasn't tipped, you could tell that he felt that pressure, and that might have been why he muffed it if there wasn't a hand on it. But not a good punt. And again, look at this field position for the Hilltoppers.
Outside of their first series, Jamie, the worst field position that they've had starting is right now on this drive at the 36. And folks, when you're playing against the Hilltoppers and the offense is humming, you do not want to give them short field.
This Alliance team, I want to just point this out. They've won their conference the last 2 years, so.
Well, it is a good team. They're just running up against a better Hilltoppers team right now. Now look at that run. Hilltoppers is continuing to put some pressure
that was
on the Aviators.
Carr is one of only a few sophomores who will get significant playing time. Of course, we haven't mentioned yet that DJ Bowman is out today. Matt, you were able to see him go down last week. He's got a separated shoulder, and we know at least 2 or 3 weeks, best case scenario for him.
Yeah, and we'll just see. Those are tricky injuries, and you certainly don't want to see him re-injure it before. They want him here for the long hauls.
Really unfortunate for Bowman because, Matt, last year he was going to play fullback. He breaks his hand. He has to play defense. Becomes an All-Ohio linebacker. Comes back on the offensive side of the ball this year. Had such a great game against West G, but he's hurt again. It's sad to see.
It is. And, truth be told, while you miss an All-Ohio linebacker, he didn't play linebacker at all this year. It was just strictly offense. So other guys are going to have to step up now. Vince Ferrante is going to have to step up. Sean Carr is going to have to step up. Let's see what these guys can do here. They'll be 1st and 10 from the 23 after that 5-yard penalty. And Vuyaklia on the keeper, he lost some yardage.
Lions not fooled on that one. 6 Aviators around the ball.
Stringing him out. Chardon taking their time, clock continuing to run, 5:40 and counting here in the second quarter. Hilltoppers up 21-0, and their offense has controlled this game. Now Nathaniel Salka under center. Salka sends a man in motion. He will hand it off to Pettyjohn going right side. Pettyjohn breaks one tackle up near the 16-yard line, and Pettyjohn should make this a very manageable 3rd down. Officials going to spot the ball. Wow, way back on the was that the 19 or the 18-yard, 17, according to the scoreboard. So it's 3rd and 4.
So maybe she's junior varsity. It felt like there were more cheerleaders. Maybe they revived it.
Salka this time from the gun sends Pettyjohn in motion, and more flags.
And that is against Alliance. That's a 1st down, Matt.
Toppers will take it. So the Hilltoppers up 21-0 here. Get a big 1st down on penalties. Jamie, boy, this is monumental right now. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. And a score here would make it very difficult for Alliance to come back in this one, even at this point in time.
Scissor
play, and Pettyjohn looks like he's going to be trapped in the backfield. Tried to do something, but lost a couple yards on that play.
Reversed his field a couple times. Matt, I have never loved comparing high schoolers to professional guys, but what did that look like a little bit? Who did we used to see in the Hall of Fame who could sometimes make that work? And I think it's a compliment to Pettyjohn.
I'm not even going to say. I'm going to leave it up to you there because I think I've got someone totally different in my mind.
Oh, I mean, only Barry Sanders would try stuff like that, literally going backwards, and you'd think, where are you going?
See, I was kind of thinking of Jim Brown.
Oh, well.
I was thinking a lot. I just thought you were talking closer, like Cleveland Brown-ish.
Look at that.
Now that time, that's Cade McDivitt, and McDivitt gets very close to the first down, if not picking it up. Not quite sure where they're going to spot this. When they're on the far side of the field near the King Cone truck, it's a little bit tougher based on our angle to see the spot of the football. But it's going to be 3rd down and short for Chardon. 3rd and 3. Friaclia. Go under center this time, man in motion, and he will hand it off. Toppers trying to push it through. Sean Carr got the carry, and Carr.
4th down, the officials say, but it's going to be close. So what do you do here if you're Mitch, Matt? It's going to be about a yard. 4th and 1. And they're going to go for it. I love it.
He's bringing in Brady Toth, by the way. This ought to be... Now, this is interesting. Where does Toth line up in this whole thing? Watch out for Brady Toth. He may be used as a decoy here because he's someone that they can just chuck the ball to up in the air.
Nobody's covering him right now. Nobody is covering him. He's unseen completely. Oh, never mind.
They waited too long.
They did.
With the carry into the end zone, touchdown, Pettyjohn. He's got the hat trick here in the second quarter.
3 straight touchdowns for James Pettyjohn. And that is also, that's when the coaching staff is working at their best. I mean, we've been doing this for a long time, Matt. We know how Mitch Hewitt likes to coach. Was there any doubt that he was going to go for that?
No, none at all. That's why I didn't even bother talking about the 4th down conversion factor. Good snap this time, and that's a good kick. He avoided the King Cone truck. 28-0 Hilltoppers. And Jamie, I'm going to say this, by the way. It's a humid night here. I really figured there'd be a longer line right now at the ice cream truck. Toppers in control on this one.
Don't forget,
I got my ice cream early on before the game.
Yeah, Matt was eating a chocolate cone today.
Moose Tracks.
Just so you know, Moose Tracks apparently is a thing that non-children eat, but
I don't know. If you ask my wife, she may say something different.
Don't forget, at halftime, we will have the Hilltopper Marching Band. And this year, Matt, last year was a little bit different for us. We only had 4 home games. We come back this year with 6, which is the way it should be here in Chardon. And watching that marching band at halftime is always so much fun. They work so hard. They put in an extra program this year. I think they've got 4 original programs in 5 home games. Typically they do 3. So they are also stepping up and trying to do a special thing here in 2019.
2:08 left to play in the first half. Hilltoppers enjoying a 28-0 lead over Alliance. And the officials going to call a timeout. Mitch Hewitt bringing the team back over.
Interesting. You don't see that very often. Lined up for the kickoff. He wants liquids, Matt.
That's what exactly.
And why is that important on a night like tonight?
Well, you need the electrolytes to prevent the cramping.
We haven't seen a cramp yet tonight, which is great. But yeah, the humidity today, it's one of those things where it seems as though it's about to break. It hasn't really cooled off much at all. My Apple Watch tells me it's still 81 degrees, even though the breeze is coming in.
It's the breeze that makes it feel tolerable at this point in time. It's keeping the air moving at least. Dave Jebnikar, Jamie, told us before the game he thought there might be a point in time in the first half where the officials call a timeout for hydration, but all the stoppages in this one due to the touchdowns. They haven't had to. And, you know, I can't blame Mitch here. 2:08 left to go before halftime. Take a timeout now, get some liquids in these guys because you have all halftime to hydrate up as well.
Well, we're only 45 minutes into this game. And Hilltoppers with only 2 minutes to go before halftime. So they really have just dominated time of possession.
And here's the crazy thing. We've been talking all about the offense, but the defense has done a phenomenal job tonight. Jaden Seals taking it out as one. Going to come right side across the 50.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow. The Hilltoppers are laying the wicks. They got the ball back, and they're coming back out on offense. Vince Ferrante picked it up. I can't wait to see that replay.
That ball up in the air like the popcorn at the concession stand right now. Wow.
So here's what's at stake now, folks. Hilltoppers have 2 minutes. They get a touchdown here. There will be a running clock to start the second half.
Last chance to get your 50/50 raffle tickets. They are circulating.
That running clock does not start until the second half. Just in case you're wondering. But first, though, they got to score.
Well, Chardon has 4 possessions and 4 touchdowns.
Max dropping back the pass. First time we've seen that tonight. Looking up in the air. And the ball is going to be tossed for a touchdown.
Holy cow.
Helmet coming off. Who was that? Was that Toth?
No, not. Was it Ferrante?
Caden McDivitt. No, check that. I'm sorry. I beg your pardon. That is Evan Ash. Evan Ash. The 20-yard touchdown reception.
That was an incredible catch going back over the shoulder with 2 hands.
Kick is good.
Wow.
It's now 35-0 Hilltoppers. And Jamie, this game, is it safe to say, is starting to get away from Alliance? I believe so. Go ahead.
Well, that was the second fumble that they've had. It's just the Hilltoppers they have made some mistakes. Let's be honest. They've lost 2 touchdowns on penalties, but they've just really dominated this game. Not in a like I'm way better than you type way, but in a I'm a more disciplined team. They're doing really fundamental things, and wow. We need to reiterate. Remember, Matt, last few years, not last year, but the years before, we would, in this type of hole, we'd play one of those Canadian teams who wasn't even used to playing 11-on-11 football. This is not what Alliance is. This is a team that...
they're a perennial playoff team, folks, in Division II.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alliance, by what I can see on the stat sheet, is that's a line drive kick, going to be muffed at the 1-yard line, picked up across the 5-10, and not much more going there. It looked like Baker was the return man that time. But Jamie, coming into this one, if I'm reading the stat sheet right, they only had 1 turnover on 1 fumble. They had an interception as well, so 2 total, and 2 fumbles on back-to-back possessions. Hilltoppers 14 points off turnovers tonight. That's huge.
They'll really have to consider how they work the second half, because they have a long season ahead of them as well. Uh-oh. Who's 77?
Alexander from the gun, going to look to throw left side, incomplete.
Who's
Niederst?
Joe Niederst flying onto the field a little late. You know, as if you don't draw enough attention when you're 5'11", 265. When you come on right before the snap, then you're going to get all the eyeballs.
2nd and 10 from the Alliance 13-yard line. Brandon Alexander from the gun. Man is left. He will hand the ball off. Talbot maybe a yard on that one.
I think that's all.
He just has no room to run. And the Hilltopper run defense is just suffocating right now.
I don't think Alliance has had a play over 5 yards, have they, Matt?
I don't recall one.
There wasn't a penalty?
No. I mean, it would have been their very first 1 or 2 possessions of the game. That's it. Alexander, some time, going to step up in the pocket. Alexander stopped. Again near the line of scrimmage. Boy, a lot of black jerseys around him. And you can credit a ton of people. Ferrante was there. I saw Joe Dinko there. It's now 4th and 10, and Prendergast back to punt. And they've had troubles with this unit all game. Good snap. That time he gets off a decent kick. Nobody back home to go after it. The ball going to come to a stop. Wow. Near the 30. The Hilltoppers were going for the block that time, and you can't blame them with under 30 seconds left.
God, when you consider where he punted that, that's close to a 70-yard kick. But again, it took a good roll. And with 11 seconds, Matt, what are we going to have here? Do you take that knee?
Jamie, they're going to take the knee here, head into the locker room, come back out, and bring the defensive boys back out. Folks, based on that, we want to again remind you that we've got some great halftime entertainment coming your way. Number 1, we've got the Hilltopper Marching Band. Jamie, can I say the award-winning Hilltopper Marching Band? I feel like they should be award-winning.
Yeah, there's a lot of different kinds of awards out there.
I'm going to go with award-winning. The award-winning Hilltopper Marching Band, and then the big moment of the night when we celebrate the 25th anniversary of the 1994 Hilltopper team. So stick around, because all of that is coming your way here on halftime. Again, the score at the half, it is Chardon 35 and Alliance nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, under the direction of Mark Barron, Michelle Watson, Topper Ed and Major Ed advisors Debbie Staple and Caitlin Sanders, and led onto the field by Drum Major Will Squires, we proudly present the 2019 Chardon Hilltopper Marching Band.
up.
sousaphone sections, and featuring big majorettes led by feature twirler and head majorette Grace Lodge to this driving hit, here's Rubber Band Man.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Tonight, we want to recognize a very special team from the history of Chardon High School athletics. 25 years ago, in 1994, the Chardon High School football team brought CHS its first team state championship in years and its only state football championship. 2 years removed from an 0-10 season, the 94 Hilltoppers, under the direction of head coach Bob Doyle, posted a 14-0 record en route to the state title. During their playoff run, Chardon defeated Riverside, Parma Padua, and Walsh Jesuit before winning the championship game against Rayland, outscoring their opponents 96-33 in 4 playoff games. Please direct your attention to the 50-yard line where members of the 94 team return to CHS to celebrate the 25th anniversary of their great accomplishment. Please join together to welcome back the 1994 OHSAA Division II State Football Champion Chardon Hilltoppers.
Welcome back, everyone, to Chardon Memorial. Matt Jaworski, Jamie Ward with you. Jamie, weather has taken a turn for the worse right now. It is extremely windy, lightning all around us, and we've been told a bad storm is coming in.
Yeah, and we expected this. It kept getting pushed back, but suddenly the lightning came. And the thing that about Alliance, what we understand right now, down 35-0, Matt, in a non-conference game with almost no path to victory. Why would you risk anything else in what would probably, and I mean, the lightning is right now
all around us.
Lighting all around us. So from what we understand, Alliance is ready to go home. And gosh, as Brian Landy said when he came down from the press box, they tapped out.
Absolutely, and you know, it's a Friday the 13th night. It was a full moon, or will be once the storm passes by, and you know, a lot of you know, good things happening for the Chardon on Friday night, this particular Friday the 13th. We saw the offense do a lot of good things with the football, but more importantly, the defense was just suffocating tonight.
Absolutely, and 35-0 is the score. That's the thing. We're going to start with a running clock. Pettyjohn has 3 touchdowns. Vuaclia, his offense is back, and the Hilltoppers should feel very confident heading into the Western Reserve Conference schedule, which starts next week.
Absolutely. With the win, the Hilltoppers improved to 2-1 on the year. The loss will drop the Aviators to 1-2. Western Reserve Conference play starts next week, folks, and Jamie Ward will have the call for you. Audio only next week.
Yeah.
Homecoming.
I'll miss you, Matt, but we'll be back together soon.
Absolutely. And folks, if you're fans of football, we will have the Kinsman Cup, the moving pictures from that next week as well. Thanks going out to Brett for keeping us on the air. Back at Master Control to Chris and Brian, our cameraman tonight, my partner Jamie, of course, executive producer Dave Jevnikar. I am Matt Jaworski. On behalf of all the rest, we'd like to wish you all the best.